function. Mathematical connection. A rectangular tile has a perimeter of 48 inches. The graph shows the relationship between the width of the tile and the area of the tile. What function describes this relationship? And B said, what is the maximum area? What length and the width give the maximum area? First of all, let's take here a pen. I'm sorry. And when we take the pen, we know the rectangular area has to be 48 inches. Here is this information, 48 inches. But let's say here is a 12. If I'm making one a rectangular, which is a square, I think a 12, and I'm doing with a 12 is the width. But this has to be a 48 inches. So if we are looking here 12, 12, 12, all the sides, the perimeter satisfies this perimeter here 48 inches. For example, here is a 6. The width describes the x-axis and y-axis is the area. So for example, if we have a 6, let's say width is a 6. So 1 is a 6, let's say 6, even though it's not very good. This one is a 6, but and this one 6. We have to make this area, this rectangle has to be, for instance, 48 inches. If it's a 48 inches, then another has to be 18 and another 18. Because 18 plus 18, 36, plus 6 is 42, plus 6, 48. So it satisfies. Even if in 18, 18 has to be a width, and the other length is going to be 6 and 6. So this is the same rectangular we can use for 6 and for 18. And 24 cannot have an area if it's a 24. So 24 can be 24 and 2. You see, if it's 24, for example, and here is a 24, so it cannot have, so that's why the area is going to be 0, because we does not satisfy 24, 24, 48. But what happened with the length? So this does not satisfy, so that's why here is a 0. And whenever we have the bit 0, probably there is going to be the area 0, so it does not satisfy. But first of all, we need to adjust this information here, 12 and 12. If I know I have a width 12 and length 12, the area is going to be 144. So the area A is 144. I'm looking just for this first question, 144. 144. And we are looking at this function here. If it's 12, this length here has to be 144. See, it's here 144. 144. And if I want to describe this function, what is going to be this function? Y is going to be equal, I don't know what is the factor of a stretching or compression vertically. So I know it's a, but this factor I don't know what it is. And here is a x, and h is moving to this point here. I know the axis of symmetry is going to be here, so in 12, so x minus 12, because this function is when the parent function moves 12 units to the right, and this is a square, and plus k is the point in the h, this point here, the vertex, which is at 12 and 144. 12 and 144. We already have this one here. This is the vertex, and here is 144. How we can find now a, the factor a? But here I know this is a 0, 0. One of the points x, the point is let me erase this because it doesn't write good, and let me write with a different color. Let's say the point P is a 0, 0. I'm taking one of the point. And if I'm plugging here one of the point, here is a 0, is equal to the A times x, instead of the x I'm plugging 0, minus 12 square plus 144. And now if I'm subtracting whole this equation by minus 144, if I'm subtracting whole equation by minus 144, what I'm going to get here is a minus 144. Is equal with the A, but in other side the A, but the 0 minus 12 square is 144, because it's going to be positive 144. And if I'm dividing everything by 144, so A is equal with minus 1, and definitely this equation, what we found here, the equation of this function is equal to the, instead of the A I'm plugging minus 1, but let me make an invisible 1, x minus 12 square plus 144. So we already got this here, the equation for the function that describes the relationship between the width of the tiles and the area of the tiles. And now this was A. And B, how about B? B says what is the maximum area? The maximum area is 144, so this represents the maximum area, this 144. The maximum area is 144, is equal to 144 unit square, inches square, because this is in inches, so the area is 144 inch square. 144 inch square, so we already got this one. Inch square. And it says and the width that gives the maximum, and the width that gives the maximum is equal with the 12 inches. So we already answered in this question.